Got them? Brought Grandma some flowers from work. Yeah, they're all loose because they are all different sizes to be in the different vases on the tables.
This one head's coming out. Get in there. There.
They're falling apart.
I know. It's okay.
That's okay. They'll be pretty for a little bit. They're about a week and a half old, so they're still doing well.
That's fine.
Throughout the course of the day, there have been 3 or 4 different topics that I thought I could talk about for the vlog today that would all make a full vlog and were all timely. But as the day progressed, something else would happen, and something else would happen, and then there ends up being 3 or 4 videos that I want to do, because I don't want to cram it all into one, because they don't all go together. And then I just end up thinking, well, any one of them could wait, and this one isn't really that important, and maybe I don't really want to share this anyway, and this one happened yesterday, so I really don't have to talk about it now. And then nothing happens. And true to form, now that rehearsal is done, I have yet another thing that I want to talk about instead of any of the other things that I wanted to talk about throughout the rest of the day, which is ridiculous. This morning I wanted to talk about a serving thing that happened yesterday, then I wanted to talk about crow medicine, then I wanted to talk about my family, and now I want to talk about theater. So just briefly, since I just got back from rehearsal, theater. This has been one of the best cast and crew conglomerations that I've gotten to work with. I've worked with a lot of good casts and crews, but this is definitely one of the best that I've experienced, especially in community theater, just so far. I'm not saying that this is like the best cast I'll ever work with, whatever, but it's been very surprisingly good, especially for one of my first stage managing experiences on this scale. I have stage managed before, but never a full-length musical with 45 people in the cast of all ages from 9 to, I don't know how old my oldest actors are, but the whole range, and there's a lot going on, there's a lot to do, and I'm smack dab in the middle of it, and it's just been such a good group. We were talking to some of the adult women today. We have 3 of the adult women in the show. We're doing the Music Man. The adult women are the Pick a Little ladies. They sing that really famous pick a little, talk a little, pick a little, talk a little, cheep, 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 talk a lot, pick a little more, that song. 3 of them, this is their first show ever. And we were talking to them tonight, and they were saying, for a first experience, this has been really great, and it's been really fun. And we were telling them, don't expect it to be this great every time. Not that you shouldn't get to expect that and want to have that every time, but just realistically speaking, this kind of meshing and gelling of creativity doesn't get to happen with every group, especially with community theater. It totally depends on who you have. And so I told them, personally, I am so glad that we haven't really had to have a lot of days where I've had to yell at them yet as the stage manager. I haven't really had to, be that stereotypical stage manager. And they all just kind of looked at me blankly like, what do you mean? And then it occurred to me, of course, it's their first show. They're not already really theater people. They don't even know what the stereotypical stage manager is or can be. There's this really negative stereotype of stage managers that they're always yelling and micromanaging, or there's just always a lot of bad stuff going. There's always a lot of stuff happening incorrectly and things going wrong, and the stage manager's the one trying to pull it all together. So when a lot of stuff goes wrong, when people are causing a lot of problems, it puts a lot of stress on the stage manager. So they can be really high-strung, they can get really temperamental and angry, and I totally get why that is. And I can get like that at certain times when it needs to, and I've just been so happy that I haven't needed to. There hasn't been that much of that. This group has been really good. So, overall, it's been a great experience, and I'm looking forward to seeing how it comes together in the next week. We're about to enter Tech Week, and that's our last week before opening, so we're getting there. I am really tired right now. Doing vlog every day in April is difficult when you have a full day schedule and you don't get home until 10 p.m. and then have to edit and upload a video, which that in itself doesn't take a lot of time, especially if it's one of my shorter vlogs. I've done a couple of shorter videos this month that only took me a couple hours to work on instead of the multiple hours that a longer video can sometimes take. But when you're so tired and you get home at 10 o'clock and you just want to go to bed and then you have to stay up for a couple of hours to do that, it's a little bit tiring, and I have to get up for work the next day and do it all over again. So this has definitely been the most difficult vlog every day in April so far, and I already have a feeling that if I'm this busy next year, if I'm also stage managing and working, I might decide not to do vlog every day in April next year. I might have to do it another month or just do it less often, try to do it once a week or something. I don't know, but this can be difficult. I haven't done a lot of topic videos like I would have been doing by this time last year already, and I was busy last year, and I'm just busier this year. I tried really hard not to be. I didn't want to be that person who was busy, busy, busy all the time. You guys have already heard me say this, but I got a lot of opportunities to do a lot of theater this year, and I want to take them. So I'm having a blast. And some of you did ask whether you could see footage from the show, and I'll just say it right here so everyone knows that it has been said that no, I cannot do that, because it depends on the production, it depends on the show itself, what the rights are. Theaters have to pay for the rights to perform shows. And sometimes, whatever company holds the rights to the show will allow them to pay for the rights to film it for the records of the theater, or to film it and distribute it to the cast for $5 a copy, and that goes toward the drama club's fundraising, you know, that kind of thing. But some shows do not allow film rights at all, and if the company finds out that it has been recorded and shared online and things like that, we can get in serious trouble. And even if that is not the case, even if you're doing a show that is royalty-free, something in the public domain like Shakespeare, you then also have to think about the designers. It's their design that has gone into it, and if you don't have all of their permission to show people the set or the costumes or even the lights, the blocking, the director's blocking, any of that, if you don't have their permission, then it's not appropriate to share that with the general public online. Most people will take little videos in rehearsal and share them, especially with their actors, so that the actors can see what they're doing on stage, or, you know, with your mom, but for me to show you guys something would be much different, and I cannot do that, and will not. So I'm so glad that you're interested in what I'm doing, and I do show you pictures of some things that I've been in when I can, and when it doesn't show a lot of design elements, or when I have the permission to do so. I definitely do like to share things with you when I can. But for this one, I cannot. And this is one of those shows where we're not even allowed to film the performances for the theater's own records, so it's really a different one. And that just kind of reminds me of, you know, one of the guys from the 5 Awesome Gays collab channel works in reality TV, so when that channel was going on, he would occasionally mention working on the TV show, but he could never show us anything. It's the same thing. You can talk about it, but you can't show anything of what you're doing. And that's what it's like when you work in a performance-type industry, even on the community theater level. So, say hello to Sierra. She has just joined me. Say hi to the camera, Sierra. There you go. Alright, I'm gonna edit and upload this, and I will see you tomorrow. Thanks very much for watching. Don't forget to be awesome, blessed be, and goodbye.